So we definitely have to talk about this Michael Blackson situation. And no, this isn't turning into some celebrity gossip channel. I just like to provide real-time examples of the kind of women that you don't want to turn into. So reportedly, there was something that came out that said that Michael Blackson just welcomed a child with his close friend. Allegedly, of course. The disturbing thing about this is Michael Blackson has a long-term girlfriend slash fiance, and they just welcomed a baby boy 2 months ago. Now, I do briefly remember there being a Breakfast Club interview with the both of them where she explained that she was okay with their poly lifestyle, but they did come with a few rules. Or so she thought. She explained that she knows that he sleeps around with other women. However, she wants to, essentially get a heads up. She also stated that he's cheated a few times, which is completely funny to me because what women need to understand is that you can never compete with a man's ego. An egotistical man is never going to ask permission for anything, but he will ask for forgiveness. So let us cover a couple of bases here. Men who have access to money, resources, and women, very vengeful. Knowingly or unknowingly, unattractive men seek revenge on women who they feel like are out of their league. And if a man can't dominate you physically, he will definitely seek power over you emotionally. That's why a lot of them cheat. What they think is, I might not be able to put my hands on you, but if I cheat on you, it'll let you know that you're just another bitch to me and you're not as great as you think you are. And all of this is projection, but y'all catch my drift. I think I need to make mention to also say that whether he's a conventionally attractive man or not, there is nothing that a woman could do on this planet to quench the thirst of a man with a lustful spirit. And I'm by no means the purist. I just know when someone has bad physical and spiritual hygiene. There are men willing to risk their health in their homes just for a piece of something strange. It's honestly a mix of low self-esteem and feeling invincible. Why would you violate the rules of your relationship if family and love is so important to you? Because when it comes to these men, they don't value either of those things. The minute that you start to break your own rules for a man, the more he will push and push and push until he watches you break. Michael Blackson had clearly cheated in the past, but it wasn't until she had her child that she decided to leave this man. And you all know how I feel about creating permanent attachments to men, especially those with recessive genetics who aren't good looking and don't know how to be faithful. Why would a woman with any kind of common sense allow a man to use her womb to pass on his lineage when he's out here making her look dumb while she risks her body? It's because a lot of women seek validation from the very men who hate them. I hate to say it, but this is definitely her fault. She knew way before she decided to have that child what kind of man he was. And I feel like if you're going to be giving your body to a man, and specifically knowing that you're going to carry his babies, at least make sure he looks like something that doesn't come from the Lord of the Rings. I really hope that natural selection seeks to eradicate the genetic code of the abusive and the ugly. This woman now has a permanent connection with this man for the rest of her life. She could have broken free a long time ago if she just knew her worth. But some women are just focused on the status instead of the integrity of a man. You play silly games, you win silly prizes. I said it before that men should be enjoyed for sure. However, you don't have to encapsulate them in your life forever. When it's time to make a clean break, pull the fuck out.